Hey guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona. And in this video, I'm explaining exactly why getting high quality hearing aids will not only help you hear better, but it will actually save you money in the long run. Coming up. I often tell you guys that the number one most important thing when it comes to treating your hearing loss is finding an excellent hearing care professional. That's because your ability to receive benefit with hearing treatment, which includes hearing aids or cochlear implants, heavily depends on your provider's ability to optimize the performance of your devices. Honestly, hearing care isn't that much different from any other service-related industry. When it comes to finding a barber, a nail technician, a surgeon, or an auto mechanic, you had better find a good one. Otherwise, you'll likely end up with a jacked up haircut, some kind of weird toenail fungus, surgery on the wrong body part, or a car that doesn't even work. So you might be thinking to yourself, what are the things that you should be looking for to identify a high quality hearing care professional, and what the heck do high quality hearing aids even have to do with this? Well, that is exactly what I'm going to be explaining in this video, but if you could do me a huge favor and click the like button, it really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well, because I publish a ton of new videos every single week. That being said, it's greatly appreciated, and a huge shout out to Phonak for sponsoring today's video, but more on them in a little bit. When I think of the things that you should be looking for when trying to find a high quality hearing care professional, a few things come to mind. First, do they follow a person-centered care approach to hearing treatment? Person-centered care is a model that focuses on your wants, needs, and values and includes you in the decision-making and treatment process. And this starts at the very beginning of your hearing treatment and lasts throughout the entire lifetime of your treatment. The person-centered care model differs greatly from the traditional medical model, where they just care about the results of your diagnostic testing and they end up treating you exactly like they would treat everybody else. To be able to follow a person-centered care approach, your hearing care professional has to spend a lot of time with you to identify all the things that are important to you and to make sure they have enough time to work collaboratively with you. But this time is extremely well spent. The second thing you need to look for when trying to identify a high-quality hearing care professional is whether or not they follow comprehensive audiologic best practices. Best practices are a series of procedures that must be completed by your hearing care professional in order for you to receive the maximum amount of benefit with your devices. Experts estimate that less than 30% of hearing care professionals actually follow these best practices, which means that the vast majority of people who use hearing aids are not receiving the full amount of benefit. Now, there are a lot of best practices, but here are a few of the big ones. They need to be using recorded speech instead of live speech when identifying your word recognition scores. This ensures an accurate test result from which hearing treatment recommendations and realistic performance expectations can be made. They need to perform speech and noise testing. This identifies how well you should expect to perform in background noise with the use of hearing aids, and if you should also consider other assistive listening devices. They should be performing test box measures. This identifies if your hearing aids are meeting hearing aid manufacturer specifications. If not, no amount of hearing aid programming will make your hearing aids perform well. They need to perform real ear measurement. This is a way to verify the programming of your hearing aids and ensures that you are meeting your hearing loss prescription. Not only does this ensure optimal speech understanding and quiet, but it also ensures that you hear your absolute best in background noise. And last but not least, they should be completing validation outcome measures with you through the use of validated questionnaires, so your hearing care professional can determine if your performance with your hearing aids is achieving your hearing goals. If not, your treatment would need to be adjusted so your desired level of hearing performance is achieved. And this is just a small fraction of all of the best practice procedures that need to be completed to get you optimal performance. And the third thing you need to look for when trying to identify a high quality hearing care professional is which hearing aid brands they choose to partner with. One of the biggest issues that has been created by the internet is the proliferation of all of the extremely low quality hearing aids available. In some cases, these hearing aids are not actually hearing aids at all. They are just generic amplifiers that are masquerading as hearing aids. And with the establishment of the over-the-counter hearing aid guidelines, it has actually given credibility to these companies that are selling these generic amplifiers and calling them hearing aids. When you start to look at high quality hearing aids, not only have they undergone a significant amount of research and development over over the course of years to make sure that you can hear your best, but they have also gone through a significant amount of quality control and reliability testing to make sure that they perform at a high level for years to come. And one of these hearing aid brands that creates extremely high quality devices is Phonak, today's video sponsor. Not only does Phonak produce some of the best performing hearing aids in the world, the amount of testing that they put their hearing aids through is borderline ridiculous. They even have a dedicated working group of engineers and patient-facing members that focus solely on making sure their devices are of the highest quality possible. Phonak puts each of their hearing aids through 128 different tests to ensure that their devices meet their highest standards of performance. And yeah, you heard me right, 128 different tests. Some of these include sweat and immersion testing, sea and pool water testing, humidity testing, charging contact testing, battery lifetime testing, time to failure testing, accelerated lifetime testing, and that is only 7 of them. If you consider the Phonak Lumity platform, in total, the Lumity hearing aids underwent over 9,600 hours of testing trying to make these hearing aids fail. Essentially, if their hearing aids have any weaknesses at all, those weaknesses will be identified and corrected before those hearing aids come to market. In fact, the Phonak Lumity platform saw a reduction in repair rates by 30% compared to the previous generation of Phonak technology. A big reason for this is their IP68 rating, which is the highest rating that a hearing aid can receive for debris resistance and moisture resistance. They also significantly improved the reliability of the rechargeable lithium batteries. So what does this mean for you? Well, it means that you still need to find an extremely high quality hearing care professional to work with to make sure that they follow comprehensive best practices with a person-centered care approach, but you also need to make sure that they work with extremely high quality devices, otherwise none of it matters anyway. In the context of hearing aids, you can either purchase high quality hearing aids from a hearing care professional who focuses on high quality care so you can hear your best for years to come, or you can purchase low quality hearing aids that will not only reduce your performance, but it will also have consistent reliability issues as time goes on, leading you to have to purchase a second pair of hearing aids sooner than expected. That's right, that means that if you purchase low quality hearing aids, even if you get those low quality hearing aids from an excellent hearing care professional, your performance is not going to be as good, and you're ultimately going to spend more money as time goes on. So the decision is up to you. Either way, you're going to be spending a similar amount of money whether or not you choose to go the quality route or the cheap route. However, going the quality route will not only ensure that you hear your absolute best, but it will also ensure that your hearing aids will not fail on you at the worst possible moment.